You know the funny thing? This is my second time filming this video because before I actually turned the camera on, I was like, I feel like I need to talk about something, but I wasn't sure, so I was going over the thoughts in my head, and I ended up just talking for 30 minutes to the camera, and then I realized, god damn it, I could have just pressed record and filmed the whole video. Anyways, here we are again. So let's see some of the things that I went over. For one thing, I've been having mood swings lately, and it's getting worse, so I need to start practicing a lot more of the techniques, and I've got a lot of people who have given me a lot of good hints, therapists, relatives, and just strangers on the internet, a lot of different things. A lot of it involves just addressing the emotions, like using mindfulness to just be aware of what I'm feeling in a non-judgmental way, and don't think of it as good or bad, just be aware of the fact that the feeling is there, and and be aware of why it's there. And then other things including like a happy diary. I got away from it mostly just because work got so busy, and I had all this shit going on at work and in my personal life with the books and the comics and stuff, and I just didn't feel like doing it anymore. I felt like I didn't need it. But now, using mindfulness to be more aware of my emotions, I'm learning how easily I can swing from one to the next. It's like, at one point in time, my therapist did want to test me for bipolar disorder just because of how quickly I can swing from one mood to the next. And I mean, there's always a trigger. It's not, but it's weird because it's like I can look at the news and just be depressed with how much the world sucks. But then, hey, I watch an hour of Key and Peele, and now I'm in the best mood ever. But yeah, there are times when I can go from 100 to 0 just like that. But at the same time, I can go from 0 to 100, with the right incentive. But yeah, I mean, the news been fucking with my head. I mean, the world sucks. The world is not really a fair place to live. And to some degree, always known that. Always. But it's just somehow feels like it keeps getting worse. And I don't even know how that's possible, because it's always been bad. But like, you got black people, you got unarmed black men being murdered in the streets, in broad daylight, on camera, and their murderers are not facing prosecution. And this shit keeps happening. And charges are only brought up after, just the entire world is ready to set the whole court system on fire with outrage because they didn't charge them in the first place. It shouldn't take 50 billion people telling you to charge a murderer for you to charge a man who was on camera killing a guy. Like, that should have been done immediately. There doesn't need to be an investigation. The evidence was right there. He killed him on camera. And how long did it take for charges to actually be brought up? Meanwhile, you've got a president, God forbid Twitter actually fact checks him, and the very next day, every fucking Republican is trying to get social media shut down. Because how dare you insult the leader of our country? If you don't love the president, you don't love America. But we do love America. That's why we hate the current president. Because he's the worst human being to ever sit in that office. I believe Eminem said it best. I'm all about America. Fuck the government. Because what we have right now is not working. We got over 100,000 people in America dead from COVID-19. And the government is still trying to force people back out and back to work. And shit's gonna get worse. Now, when they initially said that, we could have between 100 to 200,000 deaths from this, I was thinking, it didn't feel like a lot when it was just a number. It didn't feel like a lot. Especially since they said that estimate was worst case scenario. Well, guess what? We're getting damn close to worst case scenario. Anyways, I'm trying to get I'm trying to get back to doing things to help regulate my mood towards a more positive thing, like reinstating the happy diary, which is something, if you've been here long enough, you probably saw a video of me talking about this, but it's basically just, hey, every time I feel any kind of joy, even if it's just a miniature, like, amount, just note it. It's important to just take note that, hey, at some point in the morning, I felt a tiny bit of happiness. And just take note of all of those. And then at the end of the day, you can review it and see, hey, this hasn't been as bad a day as I thought. Like, I wrote down 12 different instances where I felt joy. Now I'm thinking of doing like a gratitude list, which is like, hey, end of the day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. And just both of those things pretty much serve the same purpose, and you'll learn to rewire your brain so that you're learning to focus on the positives instead of the negatives. Because let's be honest, life is hard and it's pretty much always going to suck. That doesn't mean you can't be happy. It's something you really do have to work for. And it always pissed me off before when people would say happiness is a choice. I'd be like, hey, fuck you, man. But the truth is, it kind of is, in a sense that you can't choose to just be happy. That's not how it works. Like, you feel what you feel. But if you want to be happy, you have to make the choice to put in the effort. Because unfortunately, happiness is not humanity's natural state. But anyways, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, as far as job is concerned, I've got a prospect. Looks promising. I don't want to talk too much about it, but until something actually happens. But all I'm gonna say, it looks promising. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic, but it's not a guarantee yet, so I don't want to mention too much about it. But like, if I can get it, it's a damn good job, and it would involve me doing what I love, sitting in front of a computer all day. So, and that would be great, and it would be good money. Once again, it's not a 100% guarantee, but it looks promising, and so I'm very hopeful for that, because one, it would be really good to just have it done with it. Like, oh, literally the first job I found, I got it, and then I moved on with my life. That would be fantastic. Like, I'm in the, but like once I'm not gonna. But like I said, I'm not gonna talk about it too much until I'm further along in the process. But I would like to, like, if I'm getting money back, I really want to look forward to getting my life back to some sense of normal, ordering more fast food again, want to start going to therapy again, because I feel like it really did make a difference in my life, and I only stopped once I realized, like, it's a lot of money. And also, at 2 points in time, I have given to charities specifically focused on, like, underprivileged children, like, given to the foster care system. It's something that I care about. I'm a huge advocate of foster care and adoption. I mean, yeah, me personally, hey, you don't need to bring new people into this world. There are already people in this world who need love and need to be cared for. So I'm always encouraging adoption and foster care. I think that's a better option. So that's something I want to start giving back to. And honestly, I want to give now, because I do have money, and I can help, and I can make people's lives easier, and I like knowing that. But at the same time, unfortunately, there's a fact of life that you have to be a little selfish in this world. You have to put yourself first. You have to take care of your needs, physical, mental, emotional. That has to be top priority. So until I know for sure I'm getting more money back in, a lot of things had to be put on the back burner. Like comic book Toxic Volume 2 is coming out soon. It's not officially for sale yet. It's coming out soon. It's not that exciting. It doesn't get exciting till part 3. It's a 13-story book, okay? Part 2 is helping establish character and background and motive and stuff. It's I don't want to say it's slow burning. It's not like it's crawling along, but it's definitely not like, oh, we're not jumping right into the action, and because there are things you have to know about the story, otherwise the finale will make no goddamn sense at all. I'm not gonna say my story's convoluted, but it's not plain and simple, clear in your face kind of stuff. But anyways, yeah, comic books are off until at least 2021. Like next January, I'll evaluate my financial situation, see where I'm at with everything, and then decide how to move forward. And then, and with books, autobiography still out, available for purchase. I got my first fiction coming out. It's called Forever I'm In. It's about a group of friends all in their 20s. One of them gets cancer. And the story's not about the cancer or the fact that she's dying. It's about how they all react and how it changes them as people, how it changes their lives. That's what the story really is. And then the next ones after that, 2021, I'm putting out. It's going to be kind of an adventure, fantasy, thriller sort of thing. It involves dimensional travel, and there are, monsters and stuff like that. People with strange powers. How would I personally describe it? It's Stargate meets Mortal Kombat with a hint of Harry Potter. That's how I would personally describe it. So yeah, that one, and with that one actually, it's an entire book, but I'm only giving you chapter 1. It's a little bit shorter. Right now, I'm still in the outlining phases. Actually, no, I've done the rough draft, and I just need to perfect it a little more, formatting and stuff. But chapter 1 of this is about the same length as Forever I'm In. They're both short, and that's why I decided to do it like this, because book's not done, but chapter 1 by itself is still a very interesting story, and I will finish the rest at some point. It's just I've got the first 3 chapters planned. I've got the last 2 chapters planned, and the stuff in the middle, I kind of know what I want to do, but I feel like I could do it better. So we're breaking it up for now, and instead of waiting 20 years to get one full-length novel, I'm just gonna we're gonna go chapter by chapter with this. We're gonna get chapter 1 of that. Chapter 2, who knows when it'll happen. Because I got a lot of stuff I want to put out. It just kind of depends on how much demand it gets, how much attention it draws. And then after that, it's actually, this is what I want to say it's one of my newest stories, but because the version that exists right now only exists because I've been in quarantine. Otherwise, I might never have done this revamping of it. But it's a story that I came up with when I was a teenager, and it's got a lot of different concepts within it, and it's mutated and changed in a lot of different ways, but it's gonna be my first feature-length novel, and it's just a coming-of-age drama. Follows 2 kids from 4 to 27, and just a lot of the things that they go through in life, both alone and together. And so my next 3 novels are planned, and then after that I've got a couple that I really love that I want to work on. One of them involves werewolves, one of them involves dragons. Not sure which one I'll do yet. So yeah, I've got my next 3 novels planned, and then I've got a whole list after that, because I'm working on one with dinosaurs. It's not gonna come out anytime soon, but I'm working on the outline, and I feel like it could be a half-decent story. that one's probably going to be one of the last ones to come out. So just know, okay, in 2035 or sometime after that, there's going to be a book about dinosaurs, and it'll be awesome. But yeah, for now, those are my plans for the future. In the process for hopefully getting this job, because honestly, it's a damn good job, and especially at this point, I don't know if I could find anything better than this. And getting some money back in bank account, and hopefully trying to get my life back to normal. And it does scare me, the thought of going back out into the world, especially knowing that this virus is still flying around. Also, I haven't been at work in 2 months. My muscles have atrophied. Like, I'm cleaning around. I was just cleaning around my grandmother's apartment, and I'm not lifting anything heavy. It's just, a couple hours on my feet, and that's it. And she asked me if I tired. I lied and said no, cause I was burnt. My muscles were burning. I mean, 2 months of being a couch potato. Yeah, things tend to atrophy. So even once I do start walking, it'll take a while to get up to speed. But I know I'll adjust. But yeah. Long story short, life sucks. It always has, it always will. But we try to make the best of it, even though it doesn't always make sense. Giving up is easy. It really is. But right now, easy just isn't as much fun. So, yeah. Gonna get back to work. And by work, I don't mean a job. I mean, like, working on, getting the job and writing these books. And, I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not sitting here doing nothing. Not every single day. There was that one day when I literally just sat there on the couch watching TV for like 15 hours. But I had a migraine. That was a legitimate excuse. Anyways, I'm alive. Thankfully, I'm still alive. But the one thing that really pisses me off the most, okay, maybe not the absolute most, but if we're not counting all of the people who are dying unnecessarily, one of the news stories that pissed me off the most was that some lead singer in a Christian band says he doesn't believe in God anymore. And I don't understand why that is a top story. I mean, come on. It shouldn't be. I mean, this country was founded on the notion, at least, of religious freedom, which doesn't mean, because like everyone, a lot of people who try to push that, it's a Christian nation, but no, some of the founding fathers were atheists, so I feel like, religious freedom doesn't mean that you're free to be Christian. It means that you're free to do whatever the fuck you want. Okay, it means you can be Christian if you want to, but you can also be Catholic if you want to. You can be Jewish if you want to. You can be atheist if you want to. You can do whatever the fuck you want. And no one else is allowed to tell you otherwise. That's what religious freedom truly means. And it doesn't always feel that way. I think a dude should be able to say he doesn't believe in God without it being a huge fucking deal. Anyways, that's just me. How you doing?